Caddis hook, size 12. You can use any size that you want. With a bead, you can use any color that you want. I've attached my thread. First thing I'm going to do is come in with 2 or 3 strands of Ostrich. This happens to be tan. Work it back down around the bend of the hook. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a shiny underbody of Mirage Opal Tinsel. So I'm going to tie in my tinsel and wrap that down and back. Get myself a double layer. This is going to brighten up the fly. And when it gets wet, some of this is going to show through between the body segments. Two or 3 layers of tinsel, tie it off, get rid of it. Next thing I'm going to do is just spiral wrap my thread back over the tinsel, right back to where the Herl's tied in. Then I'm going to come in with some Scud dub. You can use, again, any color that you want. For this one I'm using the gray olive. Roll some of that on. And I'm just going to spiral wrap that for dubbing. Back up to the head of the fly. Next thing I do is I grab my Ostrich, give it a twist, twist it into a rope. Then I'm going to spiral that up to the head of the fly in open turns. Leaving space in between each wrap so that some of the dubbing shows through. Tie it off. Trim out the butts. Okay, almost finished. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet my fingers. Pull that Ostrich down. Come in with a dubbing picker. I'm going to pull some of that long fiber dubbing out of there. On both sides. Wet my fingers again. Pull everything down. And then instead of tying in an overbody like a lot of scud patterns do, I'm just going to grab everything, pull it down, and run a bead of super glue right down the back of it. Now I'm using this pink thread for a reason. I like to have a hot spot on my scuds. So I'm going to come in and wrap a collar of the pink thread right there. The reason that I do that is that when scuds die, they take on a pinky or an orange hue, so you can substitute orange thread too. Do a whip finish. Pull the long dubbing down. Trim it about even with the hook. And that's Super Scud.